Hey guys, my name is Kunal, and you're listening to the podcast, The Voice Within. So, the topic that we are going to discuss today is very important and something that could resolve the fights or the misunderstanding that you're having with your loved ones right now in your life. So, whenever you're on any social media handle, you come across many posts and blogs, people writing about expectations and how expectations hurt. So, because of it, expectations are quite defamed and something that people fear, something that people think are the reason for the fights or the misunderstandings or the hurt that they are going through. So, today I'm going to bring to light the importance of expectations and why it is important to expect from people you love. Expectations are very important because they are the building blocks of every relationship. Whenever a certain person does something for you without you saying a word about it, or whenever a certain person is there for you, whenever whatever you expect from the person is provided, bond between two people strengthens. You kind of start trusting the person more. The intimacy, the connection that you need, the vibe that you need from the person, it becomes stronger. So now it comes down to a question: whom should we expect from? This is the first step where most of us go wrong. It is that we expect from almost everyone in our life, and this should not be the scenario, because there are two types of people that you should expect from. That is very important to understand, and it is very important to classify the amount of people you are in relationship with right now in these two criterias. One is the people that you maintain a professional relationship with. It can be your colleagues, it can be your workplace, bosses, it can be someone who doesn't really know much about your personal life. And the second type of people could be your friends, close family members, your partners, and all the people that have known you for years and have been a part and parcel of your good and bad times. So, according to these two subtypes of the people, the kind of expectations differ too, and the amount of impact that they have when they are not met differs too. So, whenever you come across people in the society or in your professional environment, the kind of expectations you should hold from them should be only professional expectations. What it means is that whatever you expect from these people must not directly affect your mind. It should be a basic expectation for the improvement of your professional relationship. Whereas in the case of other group of the people, the expectations that you have from these people are very intimate. They can be even custom expectations according to the person expecting and according to the person that you're expecting from. So these expectations are kind of building blocks. These expectations are something that, if met, can be really helpful to grow your relationship with that particular person. But any of these expectations are not met, you get the feeling of being betrayed, you get the feeling of being disconnected from that person, just because the person couldn't provide you with what you needed at the time you needed it. So this is what we all understand. This is what the basic understanding of the expectation is, what we have right now. But today I'm going to talk about expectation in three different scenarios, and that's why these three different tips are going to be really helpful to all of you. So hang on and listen to all of them. Let's begin. Tip number one is the quantity of investment. What it means is, whenever you form a bond with some person, when you start having a good relationship, whenever the person falls into a personal relationship in the category of people that we discussed, you grow the bond by investing into each other. The investment can be anything. It can be time, it can be mental energy, it can be physical presence, it can be of many types. So whenever you invest so much into that person, you somehow, somewhere expect that person to revert back all that investment that you have put in. Now I know that we say that whenever we do something for people, it is selfless. It should be selfless without any expectations. That is true. The expectation that we are talking about here aren't weighed in any manner. They cannot be like, okay, you did X amount of something for the person, then the person should do X amount of something for you. It does not go that way. The kind of expectations that are mutual are based on how you make each other feel special. What makes the person before you feel special might not be the same for you to feel special when done by that person. So these expectations play an important role. But what we fail to understand is what amount of investment should be put into the person that we are in relationship with. Now, this happens because we are so clouded, because we are so much invested in our relationship. Everything is perfect, everything is going fine. So, you feel that there is no way that the person is going to disappoint you. So, you keep on investing, you keep on giving your time, giving your space, and all the investments that we talked about. And you keep on doing this without realizing that the kind of investment that you are expecting from the person, you're not getting it. I'm not saying that the person is not doing it because they cannot. It's because they don't know that they have to. Many times I see many issues around friends where there are things left unsaid, there are expectations left unsaid, just because we give up on each other too early. We give up on each other without giving a fight, without asking the person that we love, without asking the person that we are in relationship with to revert back with the kind of expectation that we need. So, whenever this happens, whenever you stop talking, whenever you stop taking a charge and you stop expecting from the person, you slowly fade away the kind of relationship you have. So, what the tip number one is trying to say is that whenever you invest in some person, make sure that whatever you need, because you're human too, right? You have expectations too. So, whenever you invest into some person, please keep in mind that you need to constantly remind the person you're investing in to invest back the kind of expectations you have, so that the person can, one, understand, and two, you can build your relationship stronger from all these perspectives. So let's move on to tip number two. Now, before I reveal the tip number two, I totally understand that most of you might be having a doubt, or most of you might not agree to tip number one because it does not cover the entire aspect of expectations. You might have been through something different, you might have been through something difficult than the more simplistic version that I presented in the tip number one. So, for that, the next two tips are very important. The tip number two is, when do expectations really hurt? The tip number two here aims at making you understand that what kind of expectations are at most necessary for your relationship, and these expectations need to be met for the relationship to be a healthy relationship. As I mentioned at the starting of this podcast, that expectations are the building blocks of every relationship. Now, you guys, like whenever you have a relationship with some person, may it be a friend, a partner, or your wife, or any family member, your parents, there is a kind of list of expectations that build up these relationship. And when these expectations are not considered, or these expectations are not met by both the parties, the relationship that is between these two people starts to fade away. The power or the strength of this relationship slowly starts to fade. So what are these expectations? Let me give you an example with the help of a relationship between two friends. So friendship is kind of a bond that is you can say a very primary bond, yet the most important and very strong between two strangers. Let me ask you guys this question. What do you see in your friend? When you go into a new office, or let's say you walk into a new school or your new university, how do you make friends? First thing is, you try to connect with people who think like you, or maybe, act like you. The people that kind of share the same interests, the people you can really vibe with. Then comes the part of trust, where you slowly try to understand what kind of a person they are, what is their past, what is their future plan, and everything of their whatever traits that they have. You slowly start to gather all this information about that person. You try to understand that person deeply. You start sharing secrets between each other, and slowly the friendship grows. So in this, the expectations that are important are trust. You expect trust from each other. Investment, which can account for physical investment or mental investment. For example, if one person is breaking down, the friend has to be there for that person, and vice versa. So it is important for both the parties to invest, to trust, and to be there for each other at every moment. So these are few examples of the basic expectations in a friendship. But when one of these expectations is not met, the friendship or the kind of strength in the friendship wavers. This leads to the hurt that you experience. This is because the entire meaning of the friendship is based on these few expectations that are mandatory. And when you don't fulfill these expectations, the other person is bound to get hurt. So whenever you are in a situation where you really feel that this is the basic expectation that you had from the person and they are not able to provide it, then your hurt is justified. Then you can truly say that yes, this kind of expectation from this person really hurt me. But I would suggest that please try and make up for the loss. Try and make your friends understand or your loved one understand that what expectation are you having from them. Try to make them realize that how you're hurting from, because this particular expectation is so important for your relationship with that person. Make them understand what is the value of that expectation for you and the relationship. Now, yes, you might say that we all cannot be that strong. Sometimes the heart wants what it wants. You sometimes really expect that you get hurt to a level where you really start blaming the person. You really feel that the person has somehow betrayed you. And this is what tip number 3 explains. This is what tip number 3 is best for, is to learn to walk away. Now, this is not what most optimistic people will suggest you, but I will suggest you to really walk away when you have given enough of your investment. I really suggest that when you have tried to make amends, when you have tried to change the person in front of you, when you have tried everything in your power that is possible to make the relationship last, don't let it cross the boundaries of self-respect. Try to understand when to stop expecting from that person. And the moment you stop expecting from the person, that is the moment when the relationship slowly starts to fade away. The relationship now is based on the other primary expectations, which will slowly fade away with the time. So please understand that it is important to not give up on the people you love, because sometimes it is just a matter of understanding. It is a matter of time when the person understands why you are getting hurt and they try to make you feel better by adapting to your needs. But when the person does not understand what you need, and sometimes this leads to a lot of hurt, then please walk away, because you have given your enough and you deserve to be happy. It is going to hurt eventually leaving that person behind, but it is going to help you in the long run by making you invest more in yourself and the people who deserve more part of your investment than the person who was hurting you. So guys, with this, the podcast has come to its conclusion. But at the same time, I really wish that whatever fights that you're having with your loved ones, whatever misunderstandings that are going on in your relationships, I hope you're able to clear it out by going through all these 3 tips, and hope it somewhere helps you heal too. Because end of the day, all the relationships matter when both people prosper, when both people are there for each other and they help each other grow. No relationship can hold any value when you are just getting worse and worse due to the hurt that you're receiving from the person you love the most. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Now, there's a link in my Instagram bio. It holds the links to all the streaming platforms that the podcast is available on. Just go there, click on your favorite streaming platform, and the podcast is available there. Stream through that so that you don't have to keep your screen on to listen to me. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.